So I've been on the road for a while interviewing, our veterans and some teachers, studio owners, and today I have an actual founder of an organization, ConnectedWarriors.org. And Judy Weaver is the founder and also director of education. Just to catch you up to date a little bit, about a year and a half ago or so, we did an interview together. And since then, man, I know there's a lot going on and a lot of changes. So, thanks for spending your time. I know how busy you are traveling all over the globe. Spend some time with me and let's get updated on what Connected Warriors has been doing. I'm excited to hear it. I know some cool stuff's coming up.
Right. That's great. Thanks, Randy. It's been, we missed you around since you retired. So, it's always good to catch up with you. And thanks for talking with me. Today, we have had growth in 20 states. And we're excited because now we're overseas. We started in Afghanistan towards the end of last year, when we had the Yoga Fest in Bagram.
Right.
And this year in January, we had a Yoga Fest in Kuwait. And there were probably 200 service members that got to practice throughout the day. And what's really exciting that we see is the where they get to practice. They keep moving around, and there's Connected Warriors. So they started, several of the soldiers started in Fort Campbell. And then they might have gone to Fort Bragg, eventually deployed overseas, and they show up and there's a Connected Warrior class. So it's familiar.
How cool is that?
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's wherever they go, we really want Connected Warriors.
Which is one of your tags.
It definitely
It seems like it's worked out to be that way, I know.
It definitely is. One of my personal bucket list items is to teach veterans how to teach yoga. And we started this January our 200-hour certified yoga teacher training program, and we have 10 students, of which 7 are veterans and 3 are active duty. And for us, that is just so exciting. We have all branches are covered in all eras. So
yeah, I know, that's great. I remember back in the beginning there was just a couple of us that you trained, and we ended up teaching vets. So
right.
Personally, I'm really excited about seeing that part of the organization grow. So kudos to everybody.
Thanks
For stepping up.
And we're in Jordan. We're in Kosovo. We just sent equipment to Kosovo. We've got a class that'll be starting very soon in South Africa. We're looking at South Asia. We've got some contacts there. And one of our exciting new classes is on the USS Wasp. So we've got a teacher. She'll be doing her certification with us in June, and then the ship will deploy. And there'll be 4,400 passengers, crew on that ship, 1,100 crew members, and about 3,300 Marines.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So,
it's going to be right on the deck outside. Do you know?
I'm not sure. My goal is to go on the Tiger cruise when they come back and to teach. So I'm really looking forward to that. Our point of contact on the ship is working through those channels to get me to go do that. But I can't, and what was really exciting for us is they're actually going to be able to take the yoga class and take credit for their PT. I know, things have changed.
Yeah, really. Yeah. Used to be kind of like under the radar almost in a way where, wow, that's really great news. I did post a little blurb about that, maybe, I don't know, a few weeks ago or whatever, just trying to bring people up to speed a little bit about that's up and coming, because that's really an exciting thing as far as mainstreaming what we all do with the military. And Connected Warriors has made leaps and bounds as far as the connection that you've made throughout the United States with the different bases, active, not just vets, and their families, of course,
right,
but to extend it into the active service members, because we all know how important it is. I wish I would have had these tools when I was in the service, So, I do follow you occasionally when I can, and I know you've been traveling
Yes.
You were out west for a while?
Yes, I went to Jackson, California, in the foothills. That's your old territory, the
Right.
foothills of the Sierras. So beautiful there. And they're converting everything to winery.
Yeah.
So it's grapes everywhere. And I did a training. One of the teachers there in that area, she came into San Francisco when I was there last year and did the training, and she wanted to bring it to her population. They've been teaching at the vet center locally in Amador County, and they just want to keep expanding. There's apparently a pretty good sized population, veteran population, in that part of the Sierras. So that was my original intention, and as I said, the 200-hour training, one of our students, he is currently staff sergeant at Fort Lewis at JBLM up in Washington.
Wow, so you're like up and down the coastline.
So I went up to see him, and we did some work together, and I was honored to be able to teach on base to the Special Operations Group. So that was pretty exciting, and we taught in where they do their combative. So I love that irony. Where they do their combative training is where we do the yoga class. So one of the commander's wives is a yoga teacher. She came to the class, and she is going to take the baton along with Jason when he gets certified and carry on with new classes on base.
Oh, great.
So
that's another thing. I know that when the teachers volunteer, it's at least a 1-year commitment with them.
Yes.
One thing I've noticed is when that commitment ends and they choose, like, not to teach any longer or to move on for other things, someone steps right in.
Yes.
So that the class is not, messed up. And I'm trying to think of the words, they're not hurt in any way.
Correct.
Because we know how important consistency is with it.
And as you know, Randy, that's part of my pitch when I teach the trainers who want to get involved with us, is that we're here to support our military members, and that means consistency and to not have a class just disappear.
Right.
And it's so important to us that we maintain classes, and so we're constantly training new teachers to make sure we have substitutes, and as we grow. Our regional here in Florida, Michelle Pines, she has taken, when she started with the organization, 2 years ago now, she's taken where we had maybe 15 classes.
Something like that, yeah.
And there's 37 classes in Florida now. So she's more than doubled where we started. And
working really hard with it here.
It is, and it's proved the model that we really have dedicated volunteers who become regional coordinators, and we can pay them. So, as you know, we're always searching for new and inventive ways to raise funds.
Right. Always.
And we're actually, I want to tell you about that, Rocket City Yoga Week in Huntsville, Alabama, is starting June 6th. And they have chosen Connect Warriors to be the recipient as a foundation, as a charity.
Great.
So they anticipate over 2,800 people throughout that week to take classes, and they have 80 classes throughout that week. So we're already seeing people signing up.
Right.
It's pretty phenomenal.
That's in Huntsville?
Huntsville, Alabama. Yeah.
What's the date on that again?
August 6th through I apologize, June 6th through June 12th.
Great. All
and Karen Dorman is our newest regional coordinator there, and she is working tirelessly with the one gal who's putting this entire Rocket Week on, and it's pretty exciting.
Yeah, it is. I noticed that the part of the organization with your regional coordinators has really stepped up.
Yes.
I mean, I'm seeing it spread throughout the United States, overseas. Is there anybody in particular that you may want to talk about that's done some amazing work with this?
So Kathy Rogers, she's been our regional coordinator for the longest. She started, as you know, Randy, when we went up to Kentucky. She came to our first training we did outside of the state of Florida, and she has been tirelessly donating her time. We pay her nothing virtually, and 5 years, almost 6 years now. So she has taken on the role of not only coordinator for Kentucky, Tennessee, but she has really become our main mentor for regional coordinators as we bring on new states where there's active duty happening, and she is the active duty coordinator. So all of our active duty inquiries, everything to do with an current what's happening with our service members, all of those inquiries go to Kathy. And
I think she fits the bill perfectly, being
absolutely.
Retired Army.
Absolutely. There's no one better.
You know.
There's no one better. I just wish she lived more into Florida.
Yes, true. Yeah. Well, I remember making the trip to Kentucky. So, is there anything else as far as?
Well, one thing.
You know, I know we covered quite a bit, which, my God, is a lot. You know.
Do you remember when years ago when we talked originally about you doing this? Broadcast, and one of your goals was to bring all of the varying organizations together to give a platform to bring awareness out there. And so I'm so happy that you're doing that. And along those lines is I was a part of last October in Omega a group that was brought together by Omega and the Yoga Council, Service Council, to bring like-minded organizations like Connected Warriors together to collaborate on a book. So there's now going to be early summer, I believe it'll be released, a book on best practices to teach veterans in the VA yoga to veterans in the VA system.
Wow.
So
it's moving.
Things
it's starting to happen a little bit. I've been dragging my heels on some of it. You know, I'm a one-man show,
right?
So you know, when you shoot, you edit, you produce. You know, you know, it's all kind of a new thing here for me. But you know, I have the passion to do it.
I know.
You know, working with with Connected Warriors, you know, really opened me up to what's going on with the community, and it is a community. And even though, you know, there are several organizations out there that deal with trauma and PTSD and yoga, I think it just would be nice to be able to promote all of those organizations, get them all on board, and be able to share what's going on virtually, so that the viewer or the listener, because this is also an audio and a video podcast. Wow. You know, so I'm excited about it. You know, some are coming on board, and you know, some are taking their time with it, probably seeing how it's going to work out.
Right.
Before jumping in, which that's totally cool. So,
thank you. There's 21 million veterans and 1.5 million active duty service members. I think there's plenty to go around for all of our organizations, and if you add the family members in, we're talking 80 million people in this country. Everything each of us can do is more than appreciated by this population, and I just thank them every day of my life. So to give back is an honor.
Yeah, it's kind of cool getting up in the morning going, I feel good about this.
Absolutely.
So Jude, thanks.
Thank you, Randy.
You know, it's really
love you, man.
Good to see you again, and I'll talk to you soon.
You got it.
All right.
Thanks.
Awesome.